So let me do some changes to the same example. So my another requirement is I want to implement a search functionality. So here is the data. I have the data. This is the data part. So this is the data part. So for the data, so in this scenario, we are going to display all the records from the account object. But I want to add some filter. So don't want all the records. So I want to add some filters. Let's say industry. I want to search specific industry records and a button. So based on the industry, I want to filter records. So I'm going to include this change to the existing functionality. The only change is we are going to add a search filter. So based on the search filter, on click of the search, I want to display the data. So not on page load, on click of search button, I want to display the data. So which means on click of search button, we need to pass the parameter. So here the parameter is search key. So we need to on click of search button, we have to pass the parameter to the lightning component. So here is the lightning component. On click of search button, I need to pass the industry key. This one. So I need to pass this industry key to the component so that from the component, the same search key will be uh, added to the controller filter. So we have to add the additional filter in the Apex controller to fetch only those records. So let's implement the same quickly. This is a requirement. So first thing is we have to add a filter. So I'm going to add the filter here. I'm using the same CSS. I don't need a border. I just need a margin of 10 pixels. And I'm going to take a table tr one row ed, let's say in bold font, display label as industry, that is in first column, and in second column I have to display a text box where I can enter the data, which is input text. For the input text, I'm going to add an id. Its id is search key. Input text id equal to search key. This is the second column, and I need a button. Input type equal to a JavaScript button. Button label equal to search, value equal to search, on click equal to on click of action. I want to get the results. Some action name, call me or invoke me. So this invoke me should be a method in script. Function invoke me. It's a JavaScript function. It's a JavaScript function. So invoke me is a JavaScript function, and here this is my VF page. So where I'm entering the input search. What I have to do, I have to pass the value, I have to pass the search key from VF page to lightning component. So this is the lightning component. First one is you have to define the IDs to get the value. P1, F1. To get the value, variable search key equal to document dot get element by ID dot value. What is the ID here? P1 colon F1 colon search key. This is the ID. You have to use P1, F1 and search key. So this will give the search parameter, and you have to pass this S key to the component. Let's say parameter is search param colon and S key. So this search param must be a variable in component. I'm defining another attribute which is a type of string. Now, so we are passing search parameter to the component. Let me include the same component here also. From account where industry equal to str key. Save it. Now this will return only, this local query return only a specific industry data. The industry comes from component. Now I want to display the data only. On click of search button. So I'm adding a flag variable. So the type equal to boolean and default equal to false. Let me add the flag here. Or if is true equal to without flag. So you need to specify the flag. Once you have the data, you have to make the flag to true. That is in controller.js. Now pass the parameter to the action dot set parameters. So I need to get the value first. Component dot get of v dot. So what is the value here? Search param. Search param is the value. So you must pass the same search param to the apex method str key. Then rest of the code is same. Refresh the page. You can see the results. So this is a search filter where we have added in VF. You can see the CSS difference between VF and Lightning component. So the CSS is different in between VF and Lightning component. So this is a VF part and this is a Lightning part. So on component to load, on component when a component is loaded, here you can see I'm just invoking from VF face. I'm just invoking a component by passing one such parameter. So what it does when a component is loaded, this is a component. When a component is loaded, this Aura handler will load and it calls the load data method. So here is a load data method and passes a such parameter to controller and get the results. Based on the results, I'm going to display one div tag. Within that, I'm adding the data table. Any questions?
Yeah, no questions.
Okay. So now let's move to invoking event